Hey YouTube. So I wanted to talk about getting the Haworth fern with either the lumbar or without the lumbar. Which way should you get it? Also, which fabric should you get? Should you get the digital knit or should you get the mesh? I just received this chair yesterday and I'm already experiencing some pain because the lumbar is too aggressive. Now, I did go to a showroom and test out these chairs before I purchased them, but going and testing them out is very different than actually sitting in them at your house for an extended, or your office for an extended period of time. So the great thing about Haworth is they do give you 30 days to test it out, and if you don't like the chair, the return shipping is free, and on top of that, they'll also come, not Haworth, but FedEx will come to your house and pick up your return and take it back. It also comes fully assembled, and they take it back fully assembled. So that's pretty nice. But I usually like a lot of lumbar support. If you're the type of person that usually likes a lot of lumbar support, I actually still don't really recommend it because here's what happens. I discovered what's causing the pain. So at first I had it positioned all the way up. I think hopefully you can see it there in the camera. You can adjust this up and down, so you can adjust the height on it. And I had it all the way up, which put it, I don't know, somewhere up here. And then the pain was like my mid back around here, the lower part of my shoulder blades, but in the middle. So around like T9 in the thoracic part of the spine. So the thing is, the lumbar it sticks out so far with a curve that what happens is the area right above it now goes in too far. So now the area right above the curve is going to have pain. So I did lower it down some, but what that did is it lowered where the pain was on me. So I'm still in pain, but instead of being up here in my mid back, well, now the pain is down here in my lower ribs. So it's still pain, it just moved where the pain was. The lumbar is just too aggressive, it just sticks out too far. So there's that issue that makes me not really recommend the lumbar. And then the other issue is that I noticed here, let's see if I can show this a little better. So you have this flexible plastic grid, and then the mesh layer is very thin, so there's basically no padding or cushioning in the seat here. So my solution to that is now I'm going to order one with no additional lumbar, but I'm also going to order one with the digital knit fabric. Now, when I tested out the chairs, I sat in one that had a digital knit fabric, and it felt very strange to me because you could feel the pattern on your back. Sitting in the mesh, you don't feel the pattern, but I do notice a lack of cushion. So I did some more research, and everybody on the online community says you get used to the feeling of a pattern on your back. But what everybody else also said was that having that additional layer of cushion makes a big difference, and I can definitely tell that it can use an extra layer of cushioning because it virtually has no cushioning at all. So if you're gonna order this chair, I would say really you don't even need to go in a showroom and test it out, because I did that and it was just a waste of time. You really need to spend, I would say, at least an hour or two sitting. I spent an hour in it yesterday and 2 hours a day. And then the other thing is, sitting in it for an hour yesterday, the seat bottom didn't cause me any pain whatsoever, but I sat in it for a longer amount of time a day, 2 maybe even 3 hours really, and then I started to notice a little bit of pain. Not bad though, but the thing is, they said the seat is very firm. Most seats that I sit on, usually they sink in for me because I am a little overweight, about 35 pounds overweight. And they said that the seat bottom cushion will soften up over time, so keep that in mind. It is firm, but it does soften up over time. And being firm is actually a good thing because it offers a lot of support for your your hips, your pelvis, your thighs, your lower back. So it's actually good to be on the firm side, because a lot of chairs that I sit in that do sink in, they actually cause me a lot of pain, like on my sides and my lower back and my hips, my groin, because they sink in too much and don't offer support. So let's see, what else can I show you? So another thing is, if you're thinking about the headrest is only recommended if you're, like, I forget what they say the minimum is, 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot tall and taller. You have to be really tall, because see, I'm 5'6", and you can see my head is here. And if I rest my head here for a few minutes, it's fine, but for an extended period of time, it's not comfortable, because it's like a hard plastic edge there. And if you're gonna get the headrest, don't get the one from Haworth, because it basically has no padding, and it'll dig down into your upper back. If you're gonna get a headrest, like I said, you have to be tall first off, because it's gonna be up here. But also, you get the Atlas headrest, and the Atlas headrest has an attachment system that is designed to attach to the Haworth Fern chair. And Haworth doesn't sell it, but you can find it online, and it is made to fit this chair. And it has more like cushioning and padding, and it's also curved. It's not flat, it's curved so that it fits the curve of your neck. So it's going to be way more comfortable than the headrest they make for this. I've never had 4D armrests, and I've never really seen a need for it until somebody in the showroom showed me that you can angle them in, which is good if you're on a tablet or a cell phone, or like a video game controller. It's good. I haven't really used that, but the thing is too, you may as well get the armrests that are the 4D and not just height adjustment, because that's only a $20 difference anyways. But yeah, the other thing is, I might get it green instead of black while I'm at it. It's about $70 more, but the thing you have to look at is, when you get different colors, the material is going to change, especially in the seat bottom. Some of them have wool, and I think I'm going to try to avoid wool. It's usually pretty uncomfortable, and just stick with a polyester. Yeah, so I'm not sure how well you can see on camera. This curve here, it really sticks out. It's really aggressive. And then right above it really goes in. So it really can cause a lot of back pain. And this whole month of February, Haworth is 15% off. Actually, let me just take this off of here. There we go. So yeah, now to fix the pain issue, I'm about to get either this green color, which they call Lagoon, or I might still stick with the charcoal black, since it's the cheapest option. And no lumbar this time. Stick with the 4D arms. I am going to test out the forward tilt too, because sometimes I like to do schoolwork, and I put a book here because I do open book tests for college, and then I have to reach over the book onto the keyboard, so I'm leaning forward, and when I'm leaning forward, that can cause some pain. But if I got the forward tilt, which means you can take this seat bottom and angle it forward 5 degrees, well, that's going to help out a lot. So I'm going to try that. Let's see. And then for me, it's the soft casters, because I have hard floors. Hard casters will be for carpet. You can see this is, I always forget if it's called laminate or linoleum. But yeah, so another thing to mention, the digital knit, sorry, isn't going to breathe as much as the mesh will, but it's still going to breathe a lot better than the leather, while at the same time adding on an added layer of cushioning. So I recommend digital knit, and I recommend no lumbar support. The chair itself already has an S shape, it already has a curve in the lumbar, it already has built-in lumbar, and when you add more lumbar, it's just too much. It's like having double, triple the lumbar that anybody needs. So those are my recommendations.